Welcome, Jose. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so glad to have you here today. So, for those watching on Facebook, we are here with José Rodrigues, who's chair of the board for Lar Mãe de Deus. And he's going to tell us a little bit about this wonderful organization in the Azores that is helping families and children and doing so many wonderful things. And after you talk a little bit, Jose, we'll show the website and tell people how they can get involved and contribute and all those wonderful things.
Okay. I salute everybody from here, from the Azores. We have a pleasant afternoon today. So I would like to thank you very much for being with us, and I will have the opportunity to share our values and our activities from our institution. My small presentation will have about 5 parts. First of all, I will talk about the background of our institution, the history of our institution. Then I will work about the way the organization is done, our work with the children, our activities, our projects, our needs, and some of the conclusions. First of all, we are a foster home, and we were created in 1855, almost 180 years ago. We have a long history of helping children and young boys and girls. We were founded by a Catholic priest from the island of St. Michael. I would say that we are a living testimony of a great project of sharing, of solidarity, of tenderness, of affection, of hope for children. And we are here to welcome and to protect children. So therefore, our mission will be, first of all, to welcome and then to protect people, mainly children at risk and in danger. We may ask ourselves, why are these children, young people, in danger? I would say for different reasons. First, most of the parts, they are being abandoned by the mother at birth. Some depend on parents that are drug dependent, alcohol and drugs. Others lack housing conditions. Some others come from overcrowded houses. I can say that not far from the city of Ponta Delgado, we have places in which we have households of more than 20 people, which is quite a lot, especially during this pandemic, and we have had a lot of troubles because of that. We have, as I said, overcrowded families, problems of unemployment, mainly from the parent, and also from the mother. We also have domestic violence, we have sexual violence, we have father or mother in prison, and once one is in prison, the other has not the means to take care of the children. So, as an entity responsible for these vulnerable children, we have to transmit values, very strong values, because these children, they are going to live in a different background. And the background is created by ourselves, by our technical team. Therefore, we need to create understanding, commitment, truth, loyalty, discipline, and responsibility in terms of action. And finally, we have to create bonds, strong bonds. And the main bond is love among themselves. In terms of our organization, as I said before, we started in 1885. And at that time, our institution was called the Asylum for Underprivileged Children. And that name was used, and it was used to provide overnight and sometimes long stays in food and clothing for abandoned children. As you may know from the books and from the films, many of the children that were abandoned in the past, they were abandoned at the doorsteps of the monasteries. So that was not our case, because we were not a monastery. We were a house that was created only for abandoned children from the island of St. Michael, almost 200 years ago. Right now, with the passage of time, we have evolved, and we are now called the Lar Mãe de Deus, which is a foster home. It's a modern institution. We are a public institution with public support. By the way, I can say that 80% of the expenses that we have are from public funds. The other 20 to 25 are from our own generated funds. We are organized with, let's say, a mother house. We have a big house, a big institution, which is the building where I am staying now and where I am from talking to you from here. And this building is divided in different places. We have several fraternities. We have what we call a maternal bond. Maternal bond is a place where we sheltered pregnant women, very young pregnant women that come here, and they don't have the means and the support from their own family to support the new child that is about to be born. So we have also that project working with us. Other than fraternities in which we receive brothers and sisters, because in the old times, we only sheltered girls, not boys. Right now, as time evolved, we have been able to receive either boys or girls, or boys and girls. So we never split a family. We always receive the whole family if it's needed. I can say that a few weeks back, we have just received a family of four children. 4.
Wow.
We host different ages of children, from a few weeks to late teens to the beginning of 20s. We also have created what we call a transition home. Since we have children from different ages, as the ages goes by and they start growing up, we need to separate them. And sometimes when they arrive at the age of 16, we created a new house, which is separated from this building, which is called the New Moon, Lua Nova in Portuguese. So this New Moon is a house that is created to emancipate and create independent projects for their tenants. So we have girls, right now we have 5 girls living at that house. 2 of them are at university at this time. We have also created a new project, which is called the Ageless Joy Project, which means that this is a project to help lonely, vulnerable, elderly people with various needs, including the lack of mobility, loneliness, and a whole range of different aspects of life. In other words, we created a team that goes to the households of people that are elder, but they don't have enough mobility to go around. So we create a team of 3 people. One is a housemaid, the other is a social worker, and the other is a psychologist, in which goes to the homes, talk with them, check what the problems are, and if they need to go somewhere, they will go with them. This is a project that we created some years ago. It was a very nice project, even got a prize from a bank here in Portugal, and we got a van from that project. But right now, due to the lack of funds, we are no longer doing that. So I take the opportunity of having talking to you to make a plea and see if you can help us in having funds to start again with this beautiful and nice project. In terms of our organization, we have about 240 members. We have governing bodies like the General Assembly, the Board of Directors, the Fiscal Council, the technical team, with psychologists, social workers, a nurse, a part-time doctor, and different assistants. We also we have another project, and we found a daycare center for 60 children. So we have also a daycare center for 60 children, aged from 0 to 3 years old. I may even emphasize that we have the full capacity right now, and we also have a waiting list of more than double of that capacity. It means that the service is an excellent service. So people look for our daycare centers. We also created what we call a technical area for the development of parental skills. In other words, we call the mother and father of the children that we sheltered, and we teach them new ways of taking care of their babies and of taking care of their children. This is also a project that we have going on. Now, going back. So once the children are welcomed and are sheltered into our different homes, what are the projects for these children? This is very important. First of all, what we try to do is we try to reintegrate the children into their own nuclear family. So we try to take them back to their family. This is the main objective. And the courts that decided to bring the children here to our institution always work hard on that. And we also do that. So once the reintegration fails with the nuclear family, what we do is we try to trust the child to a person that they know well. Maybe someone from the very close family, sometimes from a neighbor, sometimes from someone that knows the child very well. This is not easy, but sometimes it happens. The third option is the adoption. The adoption is the third option. And I can say that the adoption sometimes is easy, sometimes is not, but it's going on. It's going on. I can give you an idea. And finally, the fourth project is the emancipation and the creation of a job. Let's say if the child does not go through either one of those previous things that I told you, we have to create a new project for the child, either by having a job or having something else, like going to the university. But what we try is we try not to have the children for a long time in our institution. That is our main goal. Although we give all the love that we can, but we want them to have a normal life. This is not a normal life here because this is a new house, okay? So we take them from their house and we bring them to our new house. For the last 20 years, I would say in terms of statistics, we have welcomed more than 500 children already. So to be precise, we have welcomed 541 children in the last 20 years. I've gone through the books in order to give you this number. And among them, almost 100 were adopted, which is quite a good number. 100
That's great.
adopted.
That's
it's
great.
A good number. Yes, it's very great. And mainly for the mainland, sometimes for some foreign countries. I can remember that last year, at the end of last year, we had an adoption of a boy, a 12-year-old boy, which is very difficult because people always look for people of very...
They want babies.
Yes, they want babies. They want babies. Most of the times they don't get the babies, they get people with 2, 3, 4 years old, which is very good. But we had a very successful adoption of a 13 years old boy, and he went to Malta, which is in Europe. And the parents were here. I talked with the parents, very well educated people, and they were really, really, really very joyful. So we just talked once after he went to Malta, and he is doing very well. Right now, he has found 3 girls from here as well that were adopted 4 years ago, exactly on the same college.
Oh, wow. That's great.
That's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful story. So this is what they call the International College of Malta. And I think the learning language is the English. So they start with the English and then they go with Italian. Or Italian, no, mostly English. I can say that this process of adoption, this process of reintegration, this process of autonomy is handled by our technical team, is also handled by the courts, by the commissions, and by the local branch of the social welfare. Our organization has the help of many volunteers and has received through all this long career the help of many benefactors. And I say many times that we are a few braves with the help of many soldiers. And that's exactly what we are. We are braves, we are people that work in fraternity with the community and always hand in hand. We exist to provide social care, social responses, because we believe in helping each other and bringing good to those who need that. As you know, we face difficulties and many challenges. We are fully aware of our problems, but I say many times, we also have the earthly and the divine hand of the Mother of God. Now I switch to our projects, the projects that we are having now. First of all, we try to improve the housing conditions of the houses that we have. We have the main building and some other houses scattered around the city. We also are trying to expand our takeaway restaurant, creating a new place for the takeaway. We have already the takeaway place and we are rebuilding it. And I think by the end of the year, we'll have a new restaurant for takeaway meals. They will be meals with the price very, very nice. So since we have a big kitchen here on the main building, we'll do small meals for people that need it and also for people that don't need it. We also have the rehabilitation of several donated assets to the institution. As you know, we are a very old institution and many people know us. And they give, sometimes they leave us some pieces of land, they give us some houses, etc., etc. So we have to rehabilitate some of them and we have to go ahead with them in order to create money for the other expenses that we have. We also are creating now a new local accommodation house, which is a new lodgement. And that is very near Ponte Delgado. That is a project that we are going to rebuild a house that was donated by one benefactor. So we received the house. We are going to rebuild the house, making a very nice and well decorated house with a pool and so forth for tourists to come over and enjoy the beauty of the island, mainly the sea and the mountain, because the house has a tremendous view over the sea. It's very close to the sea. And finally, we have now in mind, and we are always going to create it until the end of the year. I already mentioned to you what we call the so-called emergency and social fund. And this fund is named Joseph Carvalho. Joseph Carvalho is a Portuguese American man. He is a veteran of the Second World War, and he was the head of an institution in the East Coast. And when he died, he was, I think, the president of a board of an institution in the East Coast. And he said that when he died, some of the assets that they had were to be sold, and part of the money was going to be given to our Mother of God, to our institution. And that was done. That was done in the last year and a half. And we received several $100,000, which is very, very nice. We had never received such an amount of money. So what we'll do is we create this fund to support children, young people, and elderly for St. Michael, for the people of St. Michael, in situations of vulnerability, risk, such as physical, psychological, or financial, in order to respond to emergency needs. That's what we're going to do. So now it comes to the main needs. I'm almost done. As you know, money talks always. Money talks always. We always are in need for money. So because we have plenty of ideas and our brain is always talking ahead. Right now, we need a van for 9 places with a price of about 27,000 euros. We need new furniture for one of the host houses, which is called the Santo Cristo house, of about 8,000 euros. So we have 8,000 euros we need 8,000 euros for furniture. We also need an industrial washing machine, which is about 6,500 euros. And also we need some domestic drying machines for the house called the maternal bond. I talked to you a few moments ago. We also need some gardening tools because we are creating a new garden for helping the young boys and girls to see how things grow in land. This is important, to see how things grow in land. They are not coming only from the big cities, they come also from different places where the land is very important. In terms of conclusions, I would say that despite the fact that we have good and motivated technical teams, good housing conditions, public support, and the support of the community, we still face huge problems. Complex, they are diverse, and we can always face the problem of the family backgrounds. The problem of the family background is a problem here, because some of them are allowed to visit the children before they are going to be adopted. And as you know, they never accept the way the children were taken from their home to our home. So this is very problematic. Material shortages persist in our community. A lot of lack of social and educational basis. A lot of moral and material misery is present in our community nowadays. For the sake of the same community, this community needs us. And we are together, in the long journey of fraternity. I think it was worth the effort of our founders, the founders that created this Mother of God host house. They used to say that hunger will never be a problem in this house. And it has never been a problem in this house, fortunately. But we will continue our work, the work for those who believe it is the work of the Mother of God. I'm here to work for the community. I'm glad, I feel great because I do that for pro bono. It's a pro bono help, and I do that with my heart open as much as I can. I'm here because I feel good and I need to help people. I think that you should help us whatever means you have at your disposal. This is the plea that I make, helping us. We have to keep in mind that we always have people at need, and keep also in mind that there are always people worse than us. But we are here to help, and we are here to be helped. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Gosh, I don't even know where to start because there were so many amazing things, projects that you were embarking on, to help keep the Institute going. I'm going to share my screen so that people can see your website. So I think it's important for people to know where to go. And so as you can see up here, it's a LarMaededeus.pt. So Lar Mãe de Deus.pt. And gosh, helping children is, it's just something that I think everybody wants to be involved with, and it's such an important thing. I also feel like sometimes we don't want to admit that there are maybe drug problems or, children that are abandoned in the motherland, in Portugal. Like, oh gosh, that doesn't happen there. But, I think the reality is that it happens everywhere. And organizations such as yours are so important to help those children. So what would be, one of the best ways for someone to start supporting? Do you have they do monthly donations, and where would they go on the website here?
What we can do is we can go through different parts. First of all, they can be a member of our institution. If they want to be a member of our institution, they can pay a fee a month, whatever.
Great.
It started with $10 or $12 a year. So they can go and they can enroll with the institution and pay whatever they want. They can go to whatever the amount they want. They also can give you some money to a different project, They can say, I want to give you, let's say, $1,000 for this project. Okay. We have an international bank account that we can support, and we can give it to you if you afterward. And anyone that feels free to support us, we can give money to that account. Also, for the projects that I mentioned before, they can give money. They also can give you items. They can give objects. They can give you whatever they feel like, because we need everything. I can tell you one thing. Despite the fact that we give a lot, we receive a lot, we also give a lot, because we have people that come here every single day knocking our doors to ask for clothing, ask for meals, ask for anything that we need for. And we always share something with somebody. So people that are listening to us and people that can even accompany us in the near future always know that we can help them no matter what. And we can receive help from all over the world, mainly from Portuguese American people that some know our institutions, some others don't. But since you are a big organization in the United States, you can always send a word saying that we need help.
No, and we will definitely do that. If there is a family here in the United States that's interested in perhaps adopting a child, or even supporting a child, what would be the steps that they would take to go through your organization?
There are two aspects here: adoption and helping a children, or helping a child. If they want help a child, it's a different way. But adoption has to go through the social welfare of the city where they are staying. So the process has to be developed in the local place where you live, okay? And you can express at that time that you want to adopt a child from Portugal, and then the process starts there, okay?
Got it.
You cannot come to me and say, I want to adopt a child from your place. We are not allowed to do this.
Okay.
We have never done that. So it is very difficult to do that. So whenever you want to adopt, you have to go to the public channels, and that will go on. Okay. If you want to do that, please go, because there are a lot of children that want new parents. If they want to help someone, let's say a boy or a girl from a different group, from a different house, they can say, I want to support one child from the yellow house, from the blue house, from the let's say from the smile house, whatever. And they say, I give you $100 every month to support this child. And we will send them the results of that support.
Okay. Yeah. So they're sort of adopting them from afar.
Exactly.
Right. So they're
not adopting, but it's helping. It's helping.
Right.
Okay. It's helping. Yes.
Okay.
It's helping.
Great. I think it was really important that you laid out specific things that your institution needs, like a van, furniture, washing machine, those sorts of things. So if somebody is interested in helping with one of those things, is it best they just email you directly? And
yes. Okay. I think everybody now knows what I have said. Really, because they have heard, if they are in Facebook or listening to us. But what I can do is I can even send to PALCUS a list of our main needs, and then
that would be great.
Okay, and then you can transmit through our channels. See, the needs for Lar Mãe de Deus are those. Whenever you can help, okay, please, you can help directly to you, and then you come to us. That would be great. I think it would be better even go always through you.
Yeah, because I think, sometimes people feel like, well, yes, I can donate, $100 or $1,000 or what have you. But if they can say, no, I know that we can get you a van, or we can get you a washing machine, we can get you some tables or chairs. You know what I mean? Like, people can actually feel like, oh, I'm actually providing something I know that they need. So I think that is really important.
Okay. We will submit to you a list of what we need with the prices. And if people from any place in the United States that that want to give us either money or the items themselves, feel free to do it, because we will accept, and we will be very thankful to that. Okay?
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to post this video on our YouTube channel. We're going to share it with all of our members. You're going to send us the information on the specific needs. And we're really going to encourage everyone out there to give what they can, because, again, this is such an important organization, and giving children the best start to life possible, even if their lives started out on a bit of a rough road. It's just such a noble and honorable thing to be doing. And so if you're watching this, please go to larmãededeus.pt and go to contacts. The information is there. You can also donate directly from the website. And thank you so much, Jose, for taking the time to share this information with us today. And I think it's just the beginning of a long partnership, so that we can help as many children as possible.
A good partnership, because there are a lot of Portuguese Americans that need to know what we do, and I think they can help us. They can help us.
No, absolutely.
And they have good hearts.
Well, absolutely. And I think a lot of folks here didn't know that this organization existed. I know I didn't. And if it wasn't for Armando Freire, so shout out to Armando, for, connecting us, wouldn't have known about the organization. And I think there's probably other organizations throughout Portugal similar to this one that, again, we don't know about, but everybody here wants to know, because we want to know how we can help. So we look forward to working with you. Thank you again for your time.
I just want
to
ask
go ahead.
Are you going to publish this presentation through YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. Please give me whenever you have this done. Please let me see. Okay.
Okay.
Send me the link, whatever.
I will do that for sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Jose, and thank you everyone else for watching. And until next time, thank you.
Okay. See you next time, and I will be in contact, in touch with you very shortly. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Appreciate your help. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much, Jose.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.